What's up, you guys? This is another walking at nighttime video. While I'm walking home and shit, I decided I wanted to make a video, and I wanted to be on Spirited Away because I freaking love Spirited Away. There was a lot of movies that I liked as a child, and there's some that people think are trash that I like. Like, for example, like Shark Boy and Lava Girl. I don't care. That's my shit. I freaking love Shark Boy and Lava Girl. I loved it so much. There was a time where I was writing this fantasy novel, and I really wanted to make these two characters inspired by Shark Boy and Lava Girl. And then I was like, nah, I want to make my own original stuff. But Shark Boy and Lava Girl was one of them. And then, of course, I love all the Spy Kids movies. Those are really good. I haven't really watched the fourth one. It's like my mom and my sister have watched that movie like 4 times, but I ain't really watched it. But yeah, man, it's like Spirited Away is so damn good. I remember watching this movie so many times. Well, I want to say on Cartoon Network. I think it came on like 5 or 6 times on Cartoon Network, but I also think it came on ABC Family a few times too. I could be wrong. On Channel 48 on Comcast, I believe it came on ABC Family. Because I remember the Pokemon movies coming on both ABC Family, Channel 48, and Channel 49 Cartoon Network. I remember them coming on both channels. Before they moved Pokemon over to freaking Disney XD or whatever. But Spirited Away, man, I remember this time where it was like, I remember when I first watched the movie, and it was before I knew what anime was. Like, I didn't really know what anime was. I was just like, I just seen anime as like these super deep, like detailed cartoons, you know? That's how I seen anime. I just seen anime as like these super detailed cartoons. It's like these strange looking cartoons. I never knew what it was as a child, But I remember seeing Spirited Away and thinking about it as a kid so much because it gave me the same feelings that I get from watching the Pokemon movies. Specifically, Pokemon Heroes with Latios and Latios, and Pokemon Forever. It gave me this sense of nostalgia as a child. I was like high off of those movies as a child, like enthralled by them. Like they were so freaking amazing to me and so freaking interesting. Spirited Away felt like a kid's dream. It felt so weird and strange to me because it was so different from every cartoon that I had seen as a kid. Now, I was one of those kids, I watched a lot of cartoons as a kid. I still do, but as a child, I used to overload myself with cartoons. I mean, I would watch Boomerang to death when I was like 6 years old. Boomerang was my Sugar Honey Iced Tea. That was my shit. I would watch that shit all day. Cartoon Network, watch that shit all day. Disney Channel, watch that shit all day. I watched it all night. I used to be at my grandma's house from the age of like 6 years old to like 15, before she moved out of her house. I would watch that shit at my grandma's house and my great grandma's house. I'll go in my great grandma's room and just watch cartoons all day long. And I mean, I remember back when like Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, when the episodes were brand new, I had this little white friend who lived like across from my great grandma. I would literally like jump over the fence. There's a little chubby fat black kid. I'll jump over the fence. And he had like a room. He used to move his room around a lot. But at the time, he had a room with like a glass door. And I would knock on the glass door and I would just come in his room. He had like a bunk bed, and he had the TV under the bunk bed. And I remember when we first seen Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, and no, well, it wasn't the first episode. I think it was like the 5th or 6th episode. But I remember when that shit was brand new. Okay. But Spirited Away was one of those ones that always stuck with me because I was like, why is this cartoon movie so different from other movies? It was like, what is the reasoning why it's so different? I've never seen a movie like this. The main character is a girl, right? There's all this damn action, and it's like I couldn't even explain what it was because like as a kid, you don't know that they were basically going not necessarily to the afterlife, but it's basically purgatory. It's basically purgatory because if you watch it, I mean, it's like you see all these different spirits. Haku is like the ocean spirit, and there's the bathhouse, the cleansing of the soul, and after that when No Face and Chihiro, they get on the little train, it's like you see all these different spirits stopping at different stations, and I always felt like that was an allegory for death or for passing on to the other side. That's how I always looked at it. And to be honest, Spirited Away always made me want to see the rest of that world in Spirited Away. Like I always wanted to see the rest of the spirit world in Spirited Away. I always wanted to see the rest of it. And I always got bummed out we didn't get off at different stations to see, what the rest of the world holds in Spirited Away. But I always, what's strange? I always felt very, very homely when Chihiro got to the other witch's house. The kind one. When she finally got to their house. I don't know what it was. Her house was so like relaxing. And it's funny because as a kid, I didn't even know it was two different women. I thought it was the same woman, but she was just like schizophrenic or something. Like, I didn't even know it was like twin sisters when I was a kid. I just thought it was like the one witch was just like super schizophrenic. And I always got confused by her as a kid. But, over time, of course, I realized it's like, no, it's just her twin sister. They're both witches. One of them is evil and owns the bathhouse. And then the other one has her own little house in the country where she's all happy and shit. But it's like, as a kid, I was always so, I don't know. It's like, I really love how like the kind sister, she always made me feel like at home. Like I was the one on the adventure. You know what I'm saying? Like it felt like you were in the story, like you were in the adventure, And that's one big reason why I love Spirited Away so much. And Howl's Moving Castle, I love that one too. Oh, that movie's so damn good, bro. And I went back and rewatched it. I still really, really like it. It's still really, really good. Yeah, man, it's like, I always liked how Studio Ghibli is basically like Japanese Disney. I always thought that was really cool. And I always felt like Disney and Spirited Away should have had like some kind of collab movie. Because it's like both of their studios, like both of the movie studios are so magical with their stories. I always felt like they could have collabed and made something amazing. But I mean, it is what it is. Everybody's always trying to compete, so, but it's like, this movie still affects me as a grown-ass man. I remember watching it when I was like 8, and now I'm almost 30, and it's like, I still think about Spirited Away to the point where I literally just bought a little poster. You guys can't see it, but I just found like one of those reflective posters. It was only $22 at this little smoke shop. I was like, hell yeah, why would I not buy this? For those of you guys who don't know me, I am a very big fan of Spider-Man and Sonic the Hedgehog and Spirited Away. So it's like, it is what it is. I saw that poster and I was just like, fuck yeah. I was like, that shit is gonna be in my apartment. Because I just love looking at it. I'll show you guys if it wasn't so freaking dark. But yeah, I got a little reflective poster. One of the posters where you kind of move it around and it like, the picture changes a little bit. It's like one of those. So I'm pretty hyped about that shit. It's pretty cool. And it's like, it made me want to talk about Spirited Away. I feel like I'm leaving a lot out though. I feel like there's a lot I want to say. Like, who I really like too? I like the spider dude in the boiler room. I always felt like, I don't know, I enjoy him as a character a lot for some reason. It's like he's kind of a grumpy old man, but not really. It's like you can see that he's genuinely like a kind old man. He's not really a grumpy old man. It's more of just like, when you're a dude and you're working, you don't really want it to be disturbed type shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's like you could tell he cares about Chihiro and he wants to see her like, do great. And if I remember correctly, he's the one who gave her the little ticket to get on the train. And I love No Face because No Face is basically a reflection of whatever he has around him. So it's like if you treat him kindly, he acts kind. If you treat him horribly, he acts horrible. I really enjoy that. He's like a mirror. It makes me really like him. He's one of those characters I'm going to probably end up putting in my novel that I'm writing, my fantasy novel series. I'm trying to think of like what I want the series to be called. Like the novel is going to be called Innocence of a Child, right? But I'm like, what do I want the actual full series to be called? Legacy? Legacy sounds badass, but I think Legacy is already like a video game series. That was like the original name I had for one of my other series. I don't know what I want to call it. The Imagination series? That sounds hard. I ain't gonna lie. I might use the Imagination series. I ain't gonna lie to you. That actually sounds really fire. What else? What's strange? I really like the whole bathhouse thing. I don't know what it is, but it's like, there's something about Spirited Away that feels so relaxing and comfortable. It's like this really weird comfortableness to it. It's like you watch it and you just feel comfortable. It's like you like the bathhouse. You feel like you're living in the bathhouse. It feels alive. It feels like you're literally in the movie with Shiro. Like you're really genuinely going on that adventure with her. It's so strange. You know, you feel like the kid running around the spirit world. You know, and you have this feeling as a kid where you wish you could do that yourself. Like, it's just like, oh, that's so interesting. Like, you're running through a damn spirit world as a little kid. Like, I would have loved to do that as a kid, you know? And then her finding out that Haku, like, she finds out his name, remembers his name, and she figures out that he's literally like the little river that she used to swim in as a kid. Like, I'm like, that's so cool. Like, it had the most Disney feel to it. You know, her riding Haku when he turns into a dragon is like the coolest shit ever. It's so cool. Like, imagine being a kid and riding a dragon, bro. That would be that would have been the coolest shit. A water spirit that's a dragon. That's what makes it even cooler. You know? It's like, imagine meeting a bird that you didn't even know that was around you when you were a kid. Like, imagine, let's say you like pick up like a bird as a kid, and then you find out later on that like that bird was like some kind of like angel spirit or something. And it's like you get to ride the angel spirit or something. Like, you know, it's just that in itself is pretty cool. I really like Spirited Away, man. I'm like, man, I could talk about it like all day. You know, I feel like I'm missing so much. But like I said, it gives you the same feeling that like Pokemon gives you, like that magical being a kid and like flying with Peter Pan kind of feeling, you know? It's like immortalized as one of the greatest child anime movies ever. You know, I honestly think it'd be first place. Like, Pokemon Forever is one of my favorites too. Finding out that Sam was Professor Oak was like the coolest shit ever as a kid. And then the Latios and Latios movie, Pokemon Heroes, I really love that one just because it's like, I always like the ending of the movie where it's like the girl kisses Ash and everybody is like, was it Latios who kissed him? Or was it the actual girl? Like, we'll never know. And my whole philosophy, I always felt like it was Latios. Like, it clearly was Latios. What the hell? It wasn't the actual girl. Oh, I don't know what it is. I always loved Ash as the main character too. As much as people complain about him being like a horrible Pokemon trainer, it's like, bro, he's 10. Did you expect him to be the greatest Pokemon trainer ever? He was a 10-year-old on his own. You know? I never understood everybody's beef with Ash. I always thought he was badass. I always was like, oh, Ash is cool. Like, because it's like, as a kid, if we could all turn 10 years old again and all catch Pokemon and shit, we would probably do worse than he did. Like, honestly. I'm making myself want to go watch freaking Pokemon. I kind of low-key want to go back and watch Pokemon Indigo League again. or just watch the Orange Islands for a little bit. I love the Orange Islands so much. It's so relaxing, bro. I love relaxing shows like Pokemon. Like, the show is just so chill. It's like you can turn on the background and just have it playing, and it's like, it keeps you in a good mood. You know? Spirited Away, I have the DVD for it. I can have that playing in the background, like, for like, just let it continuously play in the background, like 5-6 times in a row. It's such a relaxing movie. It's also a very inspirational movie. It like inspires me to write. And it inspires me to want to write a better story. Just like One Piece. One Piece inspires me to write the greatest story of all time. Because it's like Oda put his whole soul into One Piece. Like, he really did. It's like, bro, he did so much with One Piece. I'm like, damn, like, your imagination is amazing. It's like he has the imagination of a 7-year-old child, and that is not an insult. That is like the biggest compliment. He has like the imagination of a 7-year-old child, but he knows how to structure everything and put it into place good, you know? But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little video. It's just a little video I want to make while I was walking home. Because I don't know what it is. It's like I get most of my ideas literally when I'm walking home. It's like if I try to like make these ideas when I get to the crib, it's like I'll be like, my brain will be kind of broken. But when I'm walking, it's like I get this weird, strange sense of ideas and imagination. And just I get hit with so much nostalgia, you know, where I can just think of shit just on the fly, you know? But it's like if I'm like in the house, I can't think of that. But I will say another place that I'm really good with that is when I'm in the tub. when I'm in the tub, bro, like, bro, when I'm in the shower, I can think of the most deepest, detailed story ever. I need a waterproof notebook. I'm not gonna lie. But I don't know. The bathroom is my thinking chamber. But I hope you guys enjoy this video. Like, comment, subscribe to your boy. Love you guys. Peace.